Hey, y'all know what time it is. Making Meals with Meka live. Today we are cooking egg roll in a bowl. This is kind of like a series. This is a series of low carb cooking. My boyfriend and I are doing no carbs, no added sugar, no carbs, no added sugar for the month of September. And how does that benefit you? A lot of people, when they try to do like no carbs or any type of like restrictions, the biggest issue people have is not knowing what to cook or a lack of recipes. If you have been tuning in all of September, this will be my fourth low carb recipe. If you haven't tuned in, just go to my channel, subscribe to the channel, go to the live section, and you will see all the lives I've done so far, and they have been low carb, but they have been full of flavor, really easy, really delicious, and I stand by these recipes. Today we are making egg roll in a bowl. I showed you guys yesterday what the ingredients were. I actually took you shopping with me to get the ingredients for today. Hopefully I got some people cooking along with me. This is a cook along. I'm going to go through and explain all the steps when I'm chopping things. I'm going to tell you how to chop. So for those of you that are cooking along with me, it's going to be amazing. For those of you who are just watching, grab your cocktail, grab your beverage, and just have a great time and just hang out with me in the kitchen. All right. You guys are Making Meals with Meka live, and it goes down every single Wednesday here. So the list of ingredients. I don't normally go over all the ingredients on the lives, but for this one, because we are going to have people cooking with, I'm going to go through all the ingredients to make sure that you have everything. The first ingredient is your protein. I have right here, I have some ground chicken. I actually took a chicken breast and I chopped it up myself. I chopped it up because I had extra chicken breast and I didn't want to waste it. So I was like, I'll just make my own ground chicken. So this is a ground chicken breast. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going over our ingredient list for the egg roll in the bowl. So our protein, I'm using ground chicken. You can use ground pork. Ground pork tastes great in this recipe. You can also use ground turkey. You can use ground beef if you want a more hearty recipe. So we have the ground chicken that I did myself. We have our veggies. So I have cabbage. I am going to use two different types of cabbage because it's going to make the dish not only pretty, but delicious because it's going to be different texture. So right here I have some chopped red cabbage or purple cabbage. And then because that's already chopped, I have my green cabbage. I'm going to show you how to chop the cabbage for this dish, okay? We got some onions. We have regular onions. We have green onions, a whole bunch. We need those. And I have 5 cloves of garlic that's already chopped. Then we have some sprouts. Hi, Brentley. Welcome. Hi. We have sprouts. Now, this dish is supposed to be reminiscent of everything that's inside of an egg roll. Now, sprouts are not inside of an egg roll. However, sprouts are delicious and they add a really nice texture to this dish. So we're going to top it off with some sprouts. Now, as far as our seasoning goes, thank you so much, Brinkley. I appreciate it. We have soy sauce. You got to have soy sauce. We got to have some rice wine vinegar. Sesame oil. We're just going to use a little sesame oil. The sesame oil is for the seasoning. Hi, Sean. You're my student? Okay, write this down. Sesame oil is for the seasoning. And then we need some ginger. Now, I get this ginger. You can get these at stores. This ginger is already like chopped and kind of smashed and it lasts forever. We have some ginger. You're going to need this ginger, okay? And then I said use some sriracha or some red chili flakes. I am using some chili garlic sauce. If anyone eats Asian food, chili garlic sauce is like, it's a flex, some chili garlic sauce. We're putting all that in here. Thank you for watching the tutorial. Listen, I'm going to give you all the information that you need so you can recreate this dish. And we also need a lime, okay? So let's get started. I am going to preheat my wok. You don't necessarily have to have a wok, but the wok holds, you see, it holds a lot. It holds a big quantity. And because we're cooking cabbage, you know, cabbage starts off really, really big, and then when it wilts, it gets smaller. But I like to use a wok for this, and then everything heats evenly. If you don't have a wok, that's fine. You can use a really big saucepan. You can even use a pot. So it's not necessarily not necessary to use a wok. I just prefer using a wok. So I'm going to use my wok, okay? And I actually need a new wok. It's time for a new wok. So welcome. If you are cooking along with me, be ready to have a great, great time. Thank you. I really enjoy cooking. I've been doing it my whole entire life. We're going to make this egg roll in a bowl. It's going to be a low carb recipe. Okay, so this is getting hot. Now, your proteins, I always say, make sure your proteins are room temperature. I set this chicken out an hour ago. I wanted it to be nice and room temperature because you're going to release the juices. It's going to make the meat juicier and more tender. So this chicken has been sitting out for about an hour. And we are going to season it directly in the wok. All right. So I'm going to start with we have to oil our wok. This is avocado oil. If you want to use extra virgin olive oil, go ahead and use extra virgin olive oil. I don't suggest using any other oils but those, okay? So extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Now, I know you're like, well, Tamika, what about the sesame oil? We're going to use this later on. Sesame oil is not for really cooking. It has such a powerful flavor. You just need a dab. Just a dab will do you. So this is just for seasoning. Okay, sesame oil is for flavor. All right. I am not putting eggs in here. I know it's kind of misleading, right? This is egg roll in a bowl. Now, if I was doing some fried rice or something, I would put egg in here. However, the idea of this is everything that's inside of an egg roll, this is what this is going to taste like. So we're essentially making the egg roll filling, but we're not going to deep fry this, and we're not going to have the wrapper. So this is what makes it low carb. So no egg, but if you want to, put egg in it and let me know what you think. Okay. So this is hot. We are going to put our chicken in here. Let's see. Hopefully we'll get that nice sizzle sound. Yes. I love that sound. That sound never gets old. It just makes me, you see my face? That sizzle sound just makes me happy. I'm going to run some water on this. And this is a one pot dish. We're cooking everything in here. Okay? So before this gets all the way done, I want to season it immediately, okay? I want to season it immediately. And we're just going to simply season this with some salt and black pepper. And I know this is very unusual for me, right? Because I season the crap out of my food, okay? But because we're going to have so many other flavors, we're going to have the garlic, the ginger, the pepper, we're going to have the soy sauce, we're going to have the rice wine vinegar, we're going to have the sesame oil. I don't really need to season the chicken too much. We don't want the flavors to kind of combat each other, right? So we're just going to season this with salt and pepper. Really nice and easy. So the chicken is going to be bright white. This is chicken breast. If you want to use chicken thighs, like take, some chicken thighs and chop them up, they will go great in here. I normally make this recipe with ground pork. Ground pork is delicious in this recipe. You know, if you want to step it up a notch, if you want to add shrimp, you know, shrimp egg rolls. Just think about when you go to an Asian store, a Chinese restaurant, and you order the egg rolls, right? They have shrimp egg rolls, they have pork egg rolls, they have vegetable egg rolls. That's essentially what we're making. So any type of filling or protein you want, go ahead in there. Go ahead, put that in there. So happy Wednesday, you guys. What are you guys up to today? How has your week been? We are getting over the hump. I hope that everyone has had a delightful week so far. Thank you. You are tuning in with me. I am Meka, and we are making meals with Meka live. And what's on the menu today? We are making egg roll in a bowl. This is going to be light, fulfilling, and it's going to reheat very, very easily. So if you guys are, you know, going to work the next day and you need something, you know, because sometimes when you cook things, they don't necessarily heat up the best. Like, for instance, like fried chicken. You really can't reheat fried chicken. It just doesn't taste delicious. You really can't reheat fish all the time. You know, there's just some things that you just got to eat it right then and there. This is not one of those recipes. This is so delicious when you reheat it. So look at our chicken. Our chicken is almost done. Now let's get some veggies in here, okay? Here's the veggie tray. So we're going to put a whole onion in here. Are you taking notes? My note taker, are you taking notes? Shun? We're putting a whole onion. I've already cut the ends off of the onion. We're going to slice this in half. And you guys, we aren't dicing the onion. We're going to slice the onion because we want the texture. I want this to eat really nicely. So I want really nice, lean slices of onion. So I'm just going to slice it in half and just go through and make the slices, okay? You guys aren't going to believe how easy this dish is. I'm telling you. You can impress your friends, have a dinner party, and make this egg roll in a bowl, and people will think that you cooked for hours. You know, have some little wontons or something else to go with it, some fried rice or something. I have a delicious cauliflower fried rice. If you want to go all the way low carb, you can do the egg roll in a bowl with some cauliflower fried rice. Oh my goodness. And you can amaze your friends. This is what you want your onions to look like. Okay? All right. So, put my onions in there. And then I'm a garlic person. Okay? Next is the garlic. I have 5 cloves of garlic. Yes, 5. You need all 5 of them, okay? We need that garlic flavor in there. 5 cloves of garlic. And we're also going to put our ginger. Now, if you have fresh ginger, this is where you chop up the fresh ginger and put it in here. But this is ginger already chopped up in a jar. If you guys could find this, this is great. Not only is it great for this recipe, I put this in my tea. It's a great digestive. It's great for your digestive system. So tea, some chamomile tea, some honey, and some ginger. It is delicious. So I'm going to put approximately a tablespoon of the ginger in here. My boyfriend is not real big on ginger, so I don't want this to be overly gingery. And now we're just going to let's get this going. We're mixing this up. So I'm giving the onions, the garlic, the ginger, I'm giving this a chance to all just come together and unite. And the chicken is just going to pick up all of these flavors. Do you see why I only season the chicken with salt and pepper? Because we're putting the garlic, the onion, the ginger. The chicken is going to pick up all of those flavors. It smells amazing already in here. I'm telling you, this dish is so easy to make. It's so quick to make. All right, so I'm going to let that continue to cook. And let's talk about the cabbage. So I have 1 head of purple cabbage. Look at that. It's like gorgeous. And I've chopped it up. But because this is a tutorial, let me show you what I did. Okay? 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to take this out. Okay. Because you have to wash your cabbage. So I want to make sure I have that available. So I have 1 head of cabbage, right? I'm only going to chop half of this one because I already have a whole cabbage. And we are going to, we're just going to go right down the middle of this cabbage. Okay? I'm going to save this in for later. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some slaw later this week. And then we want to take the core out. See? We want to take this core out. So I'm going to take my knife and just go down the sides of it. It's like a triangle. I'm just going to go down the sides of it. You see that? And then the core just pops right out. Easy peasy. Then you don't even need any fancy chopping skills. You're just going to take your knife. You're going to place the flat side down. And we're just going to go really thin. Really thin strips. This is another method that you can use when you're making homemade coleslaw. And I know you guys can say, well, I could just go get the slaw out of the bag. Yes, you can. But what's the fun in that? You know? Let's work on our knife skills here. Then we're going to wash this. But look at that. You see that? This is what we want. Like the inside of an egg roll. So I'm going to wash this. All right. And while that is washing, let's check on our, have you guys been watching the pot here? Was it time for me to stir? Okay, everything looks wonderful. I'm going to turn this up. Give my cabbage a shake. Now, the reason why I turned this up is because I'm about to add ingredients. I'm going to add some cold ingredients, and I want to make sure that the temperature of this stays the same. I am going to add just a little more oil. And then you guys remember this cabbage? I'm going to add my beautiful purple cabbage. Okay? I dropped some back here. I got to pick it up because it will stain. And we cannot have this cabbage staining the granite. Okay? We can't do that. So I added the purple cabbage. Now this is where your patience comes. Because now we're just going to have to gently go in, bring the bottom to the top. Okay? Bottom to the top. And if you've ever cooked cabbage before, you know cabbage does not take a long time to cook. It really does not. Hi, you guys. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. We are doing egg roll in a bowl. A low carb, delicious, healthy recipe. And we are adding the main character. The cabbage is the main character in this movie. Are you guys taking notes? It's smelling amazing right now. It's smelling amazing. Now I haven't seasoned anything yet. I haven't seasoned the cabbage yet. But in this pot, we do have our ground chicken. We have some one whole onion. We have 5 cloves of garlic, and we have 1 tablespoon of ginger. We are about to get these Asian flavors going. But look how beautiful this is. It's beautiful already. We should always be eating the rainbow. I tell people this all the time. When you're making your plate, if your plate is brown, if everything on your plate is brown or beige, I need you to kind of pull yourself by the coattail and say, okay, I need to do something. Your plate should be colorful. It should have orange and greens and purple and yellow. You know, we should eat the rainbow. So now to this beautiful mixture. Come on, we're making this pretty today. We are going to add the green cabbage. Now, people have asked me, hey, can I put carrots in there? You absolutely can. You know, I love mushrooms. Can I put mushrooms in there? You absolutely can. I'm just going to give you the base of the recipe. You make it your own. But essentially, this is going to taste like the filling of an egg roll. So these are the essential ingredients here. But you can add whatever you want to. This is your dish. Okay? This is your dish. All right, so you guys see how I started and it was big, but now, you know, since the cabbage is cooking, it's wilting a little bit. It's all in here. You see that? Look at that. That looks delicious, you guys. It's beautiful. You are making meals with Meka on this hump day, and we are making egg roll in a bowl. A low carb, delicious recipe that you're going to love, and you're going to always want to make it. All right, let's get started with seasoning this, okay? This is ready for the seasoning. Let's go. First, you already know I got to put some soy sauce in here. Soy sauce is the staple. This is going to give it that saltiness. It's going to give it that, yep, I'm eating Asian. So I'm going to put approximately, this is like 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And you guys are like, how do you know? You're not measuring. Eyeballs. I'm eyeballing it. I've made this recipe 11 times. So I just know what it's supposed to look like and what it's supposed to smell like, okay? So we have the soy sauce. That's going to give it that umami, that saltiness that we need. I'm going to hit it with some rice wine vinegar. 2 reasons. Asian cooking. Rice wine vinegar is one of the staples, right? I'm going to do like 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. But also I'm cooking cabbage. When you cook cabbage, vinegar is essential. When I make cabbage by itself, or cabbage and corned beef, or I do like a fried cabbage with smoked sausage, I use apple cider vinegar. But because we're doing an Asian recipe, we need some rice wine vinegar, okay? Then we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it with just a little bit, right? I'm going to go, just look. That, you see that? Hold on, just a little bit more. Just a little bit of sesame oil. If you add more, add at your own discretion, because sesame oil is really strong. It will overpower your dish in a heartbeat. But we still need that good deliciousness, okay? So we'll hit it with that sesame oil. And it's already smelling, it smells so good. You guys, it smells so delicious, okay? And then because we want to add, I already smell, look, I smell the sesame oil. It is the most pungent smell. Now I am going to add some chili garlic sauce. You could add, this is where you would add your sriracha, or you can add your red pepper flakes. Chili garlic sauce, it really is a paste. It's not really a sauce, but it is like chilies and garlic and nice spices, and it's absolutely delicious. It's going to give it a hint of spiciness. We don't want it too spicy, but we can do some spice. And then we're going to hit this with some lime juice. Okay? Did you guys get all that? The lime juice. The lime juice is going to tie everything together. We're building flavors. And one thing about Asian cooking, they are, full of flavors. When you're cooking Asian food, full of flavors. Just like when you're cooking Latin foods, full of flavors. Just like when you're cooking soul food, full of flavors. Just like Indian food, full of flavors. Flavor is king. Okay? Everything needs to be flavor. Who wants to eat bland food? I don't. So we need to add all these ingredients because they come together and they make a delicious meal. Believe it or not, guys, this is almost done. And we haven't even been cooking for 30 minutes yet. Okay? So now it's time to go in and taste. Because we always have to taste our food. I still have 2 more ingredients to add, but I want to make sure that the base is where it needs to be. So I want to get a little bit of everything. I hope everyone is having a great week. I really appreciate when you come and hang out with me in my kitchen and just share the meals that I love to cook. It's there. See those shoulders? It's there. It's like delicious. I need a little bit more soy sauce. So I like soy sauce. You guys, this is like done. We don't want the lettuce. We don't want the cabbage to be too soft. We still want it to have a nice bite, right? We don't want it to be soggy. I do not like soggy cabbage. Okay? The cabbage should not be soggy. We want it to have a nice little bite. So you could, well, you can't stop right here. I was going to say you could stop right here. We have our green onion. I've already washed these green onions. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I have to throw something away. Let me put you guys onto game on how to cut your green onion. We're putting all of this in here. So with the greens, I like to cut mine on a slant because I'm fancy. So I just always cut off the top. There really is no rhyme or reason why I cut off the top. I just need everything even. But you don't have to cut off the top. I just do. And you're going to cut the green part bigger than the white part. Okay? So we're going to go in. And I'm going to make them like this size, like 2 inches. Okay? Go in. Cut the green part about 2 inches. Now, when you get down here to the white part, we're going to make these really, really small. Okay? And that's because this part cooks faster than this part. So you want to chop them so they cook evenly. Let me put those in there. Oh, you know what, you guys? I'm sorry. Let's save a couple. We have to garnish this. Why didn't you guys tell me I didn't have enough for the garnish? I'm going to put a little bit to the side. We're putting those in there. But we have to garnish. You know, garnish is the chef's kiss on top of your food. So let me go back in and chop. Now for your garnish, you want these really, really small. Okay? So we got them chopped for our garnish. Our garnish is ready. We have added that. All right. Now, this is a Meka's bonus. This is egg roll in a bowl. Look at this, you guys. This is gorgeous. Do you guys see that? This is absolutely gorgeous. This is why I get excited about cooking, because we eat with our eyes first. Now, give me a thumbs up if you think that this is gorgeous. I think it's absolutely stunning. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, because this is a low carb meal and I like to make sure that everything is hearty, and this is going to add an additional flavor and some texture, I am putting in these gorgeous bean sprouts. Oh my goodness. I love bean sprouts. I'm a sucker for bean sprouts. I'm putting in 2 handfuls, okay? And that's going to be approximately like 2 cups of bean sprouts. I love bean sprouts. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more soy sauce. Okay? I'm going to go in with a little bit more salt. I'm basically finishing up the dish. Going with some salt. And then some black pepper. Oh, and don't worry. We are going to plate this up. Okay? So I'm going to turn this down. I was on like a 7. Now this is at a 3. Because I just want the bean sprouts to soften up. I don't want them to get really, really soft because I still want them to keep their crunch. That's why we added them to this dish for texture. Okay? Texture is really, really big when you're cooking. You want to make sure everything looks good and tastes good. And also it feels good in your mouth, right? So texture is really big. It's how it's going to taste in your mouth. So I'm going to mix that in. Let that simmer. Make sure I'm cleaning up my area. Now after, look, I'm trying not to go off camera. Can you guys still see me? I totally forgot to get my plating. Okay? So we are going to get our bowl. Oh, and I have to get my chopsticks. Hold on, guys. I hope I can find them. Can you still see me? I'm on camera. I know, this is like the worst thing ever. I'm being off camera. But it's okay. I can't find my... Oh, wait a minute. I got one chopstick. Okay, I have no idea where my other chopstick is. This is annoying. Alright, well, I can't find my other chopstick. Okay, look at this. Yeah, everything goes together, okay? So we are about to plate this up. Because it's done. And it has taken 34 minutes. So what does that say about this dish? This is egg roll in a bowl. It is quick. It is easy. It is delicious. And it is nutritious. So let's get ready to plate this. I'm going crazy because I have to find this chopstick. Oh my goodness. Okay. I found my chopstick. You can't eat egg roll in a bowl without the chopstick. Yes, I am not serious when I eat. Let's plate this up now. It's ready. Turn it off. But look at that. So delicious. I'm like so excited. And because this is low carb and it's basically all vegetables with just a little bit of protein, you can eat as much as you want. All right. So going to put a nice little helping in the bowl. Okay. Beautiful. Let's get a little bit more. Just get just a little bit more. Now, there's some juice down there at the bottom. If you want to get a little bit of juice, just get a little bit of juice. You don't need that much juice, but let's get a little bit of juice. Okay. Then we're going to take our green onions that we chopped so finely, and we are going to garnish this. And look, let me remove this so you guys can see it without the smoke. Look at that. Delicious egg roll in a bowl. Ooh. Yes, I'm going to taste it. Now, I suggest you eat this with chopsticks. I think it makes it taste better. Okay? But you have everything. Look at that, you guys. Blow it. Mmm. It's delicious. You get all the flavors. You get the garlic. You get the acidity from The vinegar, the cabbage is cooked perfectly, so it has a little crunch to it. The meat is tender. It really is a lovely bowl of food. And I don't have to worry about it being high in fat, high in calories, or high in carbs. It's a win-win. Here you go. Thank you guys for tuning in, Making Meals with Meka on a Wednesday. I appreciate it. You already know, next Wednesday I will be here, same time. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead, subscribe. Hit the little bell and it will give you reminders on when I will be live. I post reels every single week. I share recipes. I share kitchen hacks or food hacks, both of them, and I do restaurant reviews. So if culinary is your thing, hang out with me. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you guys have a wonderful hump day, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. It's time to eat. See y'all later.